Hi everyone, today we're going to do a speed run of Max. Yesterday we were asked how quick can we set up Max to receive new data capture. So the scenario was they were collecting data around site at a number of collection points, and that new data would typically just get thrown into some sort of spreadsheet, and then when it came to reporting they just do a whole pile of copying and pasting around and probably into Microsoft Word, and they wanted to know what would be the equivalent in Max. So I thought I'd just record a video and demonstrate the steps. Um, what I've got in front of me here is really just a blank slate of Max. We've got a single measure point defined set up in the middle of Perth just to give us some sort of a context. But other than that, there's no configuration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the what, the where, and the how. So the data we're capturing, where we're going to capture it, how we're going to capture it, and then I'll also set up some sort of a periodical report to report off that data. So let's get started. Once I have hit play on my little stopwatch down the bottom here, and see how quick we can do it. All right, here we go. So first things first, I need to set up a custom field for our value. So I'm just going to call that grade, assuming it is some sort of a quality that we're capturing. I'll give it a percentage unit of measure. Now we would typically make it a weighted average, but since we don't have any dry tons or anything like that to weight it by, I'll just make it an average. Next thing I want to do is set up a configuration for any measure point that this is going to be captured against. And we can reuse this measure point repeatedly for any number of measure points. That's now been set up. I'll now create my measure points. So we'll say measure point A using the configuration I just defined. We'll put that under the processing plant, or might as well create another measure point here, measure point B, using the configuration we just made. So if we go to our plant hierarchy, there we go, measure point A and B. We could manually set up our worksheet for data capture, but we've got a quick wizard type thing here to create a worksheet against a given configuration. So we'll use that. Might just add in data capture for night shift and day shift. So we'll say a little bit of config on the worksheet here. 6 p.m., 6 a.m., done. All right, and we will default that to initialize the worksheet to yesterday day shift. Looks good. We are now ready to start capturing data. So 2 minutes. We'll capture for yesterday day shift for measure point A. Measure point B night shift. We'll set that to 2. So we've got 2 values there, night shift, day shift for measure point A. Let's generate or create a report. So I'm going to create a day report for my grades, make it daily frequency, create some rows, just a simple section with rows and columns where we'll have our measure points listed out row by row. So we'll put measure point A, measure point B. That looks good. The columns will add, I want to see a breakdown of my shifts. So I'll have a day shift column. I'll have a night shift column. I might just add a total column for the day. And there we go, our report's ready to go. So let's go and generate a report for yesterday for the data we just generated. It was the 16th. And there we go. There's a report with our day shift, night shift, and you can see the averaging there. So bang, just under 4 minutes, I had my new data capture set up, multiple measure points, and a report to go with that. And obviously, the setup is such that it's very easy for us to add further measure points to capture that data and capture and collect against it. So that's how quick we can add new data capture to Max. Cheers.